Hey out there to all my friends at home, all you pepperheads. Today's video is about one of our favorite topics, Chiltepin peppers. So a year ago I sprouted seeds that I collected from peppers that were meant to be for food. So I made salsa, I saved some of the seeds, and then I grew these plants. And here are some of those plants when they were seedlings in 2021. This year, I sprouted some Chiltepin peppers that were collected in 2017 to prove that this method, not that anybody questioned it, but it was to prove that the method that I used would work on even older pepper seeds. And that method is a bleach soak to scarify the seeds, and then surface sowing the seeds on dirt, using a method Dulce over at Candy's Garden calls the mini greenhouse method. The pepper guy published the video about the bleach scarification, and I think he called it the fastest way to germinate Chiltepins. Both of their videos are going to be linked below, and you should definitely check out their channels because this is not my original content. I'm just showing that the methods that they have demonstrated put together work exceptionally well. So that's the point of this. Anyway, so I was able to grow these a year ago, and I had them in pots. And then this year I decided that I was going to go ahead and plant them in the ground. So I planted them on the north side of these bushes here. This is not necessarily the best spot to plant them the way they would be found in nature. They would normally be on the south side of some bushes, but I am going to make sure that they're not freezing back to the ground every year. I went ahead and planted these in here with some drip line. They all have an adjustable, if I can find it, they all have an adjustable sprinkler head. And I water everything on this drip system for 15 minutes a day. They're also in deep mulch here, and they're adapted to this type of soil. So I don't really need to do much for these guys, but I have been giving them fish fertilizer, just a few glugs with everything else, and they're doing quite well. They're flowering, they're fruiting, they're growing like crazy. So this year I did another video where I showed how I was able to germinate a ton of Chiltepin seeds using Candy's mini greenhouse method and the pepper guy's bleach scarification method to increase germination success. And of those seedlings, I've planted them all. There's one right there, that little green blip. There's one tucked in down here. Let's zoom in, right there. And then one tucked in right there. And then one there, and then one there, and then one there. And there's one more right there. Let me zoom in. My other Chiltepins are doing really well. I'm super glad I moved them. This one has some flowers on it. I don't see any fruits yet. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a fruit. And then, yeah, this one's got a bunch of flowers. Oh. This one actually has a little fruit. Yay! That makes me happy because last year I got barely any Chiltepins. My phone may overheat and die, guys. It's that time of day. It's getting very hot out here. So I had Chiltepins planted all in a row down here. And you can see they're getting quite big now. They were very tiny little guys when they started. Probably only about that big. And they've at least doubled in size and have double the foliage that they did when I planted them. I'm going to come around to the front so you can see them. You can see this one back here much easier from the back. But it's getting nice and bushy and doing quite well. It's got a neighbor over here that's not doing quite as well, but still hanging in there. These two guys never got ground planted, and I waited too long and they were already setting tons of fruit, so I don't want to disturb them this year. But this fall or spring, whenever, I'm going to pull them out of these grow bags and just plant them exactly where they're at right there. They like it, so they can just stay there. Around front here, I planted a whole bunch of these little Chiltepins, and you can see there's one right here. There's one right here. And then there's another one back here. Let me see if I can zoom in on it. My phone is cooking hot. It may die on me any second. Over here, these ones are doing the best. They have the most sunlight, filtered or otherwise, and they're getting quite large. I also put a good amount of composted cattle manure right here, and they have grown right into that stuff. So I'm gonna amend this bed a few more times in the same way, and hopefully these guys will continue to flourish. Let's see this one over here. There is one that's not doing quite as well as the rest, and it's this little guy back here. It's doing all right. It's just not as nice as, say, these back here. If you've ever wanted to grow Chiltepins, they're not as hard as they tell you. It really is a myth. They are easy to grow if you know the secrets to germinating them. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Bye for now.